Lag.
Alright.
One.
Alright, I gotta like... 2...
3... Marco. Okay. Alright, we're good. I just had to wait for you, I guess. It must be taking my voice a while to get to you.
Yeah, well, I am in the sticks. I'm in, like, the cornfields. I'm harvesting this shit,
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't notice too much of a lag in our conversations. It, works like we're talking face to face, but you know how it is.
Yeah.
All right, so let's officially start the podcast.
Welcome to episode 2 of insert podcast title here. It's still up for debate.
We have no idea what it's going to be called yet. We've been going by like Dyke and Clover, or the Dyke and Clover show, or the promotional art I did had like my miserable gaming podcast, which we're not even sure it's going to be a gaming podcast yet. So it's I don't know about that one, but God, it's just so hard.
Going into it, we wanted. I think we both want to have like. Or for me at least, I want to have gaming, parts of it, just because that's like the only other thing that I do besides work and sleep.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. There's so much room for anything in this kind of format, and with this time frame, because last time we wanted to do like 35 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that to fill the waters, but it ended up being like over an hour.
Yeah, I feel we were having a lot of fun. Time flew, as it does. And there we were at 1+ hour, and I was impressed with us. We did a good job, and we stumbled a bit at the beginning, but we started to find our voices there near the end, and we got into a good flow that I think we can continue right off the bat with the second episode, with the help of alcohol.
So, yeah. This is I guess technically a drinking episode.
Yes, this is the pub crawl. That is what we're doing.
I'm 3 natural ices in.
Yes.
I'm drinking my 4th. No sponsorships, although I would love to be sponsored by Natty Ice.
Drinking your shit beer. Yes. I'm drinking also shit beer. I'm drinking a Smirnoff Ice Smash, the peach and mango flavor, but before that I drink a Boulevard Wheat Unfiltered. And a coffee.
See, with Smirnoff? Ooh, what kind of coffee?
Just like generic brand value.
I mean, like, how do you... Great value?
Yeah. You have Great Value over there?
Oh, everything here is Great Value. If you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, Great Value is what you buy here. Nice.
Yeah, it's either... Oh, it's Always Save, actually. That's another generic
Always
brand we
Save.
have over here. Always Save, which is like 10 cents cheaper on everything. I buy it at this, the only grocery store I have in walking distance is like a Mexican specialty grocery store, like a discount sort of thing. Like half of it's Mexican
grocery store?
and half of it's American.
Oh, okay, half of it's Mexican.
Yes, I don't want to dox myself and say the name, but that's the situation we're dealing with.
There's not, like, a whole lot of variety of shit here.
So,
like,
yeah,
I get
that's the coffee I drink.
Teriyaki and General Tso's.
It's Keurig cups. I
bags,
don't have a regular coffee machine. When I move out on my own again, I'm gonna not have a Keurig again, because it's the coffee that you get in that is kind of shitty, and I would like to get like a subscription service for coffee. Because for those are a thing.
We have a knockoff Keurig. It still uses the cups, the little shots.
Well, yeah, I don't have brand name Keurig. It's expensive.
Fucking Evan's parents do, and like, okay, they have this whole. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've talked to you about this before.
The coffee section of their dining room.
Yes, the coffee station. I do not understand the appeal. Like, I can kind of get behind the idea of a coffee station, but having an entire, like, big fucking counter section of your kitchen dedicated to only coffee shit seems like a cry for help for your caffeine addiction.
Well, if you drink it every day, like many of us do. It is the world's most commonly used psychotropic drug. It's used, a morning to wake yourself up. Sometimes, I got into the habit when I was 13 years old, and I've been drinking coffee like every day ever since. So I get the need. Maybe that is caffeine addiction. Maybe it's normalized, but I don't think it's too bad of a thing to have like a small part of your house dedicated to it.
I think it's a little bit, I don't know, it feeds into that kind of, like, ritualistic thinking, kind of, like,
Yes.
not really routine, but it's, like, that's literally, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's literally an altar for caffeine. Literally an altar for energy.
Especially if you have, like, posters and stuff with, like, a cartoon crab saying, "Oh, crabby till I get my coffee."
Oh my fucking god. My grandma, she has her, like, it's not a very big coffee station. It's just like a Keurig. She's got her little, thing for the cups. And then she's got, like, a little towel on the counter. And it's got, a couple coffee mugs that are upside down, for, ready for use.
Yes, of course. I don't know why they turn them upside down, because that, like, traps the moisture inside and it doesn't dry out as fast.
She gets this weird kind of, like, it's a different brand of coffee. It comes in bags or whatever, and like she loves it. She'll drink it like right before, not right before bed, but like an hour or two before she's trying to go to sleep. And
that doesn't make any sense. You're not supposed to do that. That can result in like restless leg syndrome and sleep apnea and so many like cancer.
Oh, she sleeps like not very much. She sleeps like the same kind of amount as me, or like I used to.
Does she brag about not getting sleep?
Oh no, like she'll.
It's all good.
Like she'll say that she's tired. She'll say that she didn't get much sleep or doesn't have much to sleep. But at the same time, she does watch my aunt and uncle's kids and stuff. Like both my grandma and grandpa do.
I can see the need for a chemical dependency in that case.
At the same time, I can see why she loves it. Just because it's it's like her little thing. Once you get to be so old, I feel like you gravitate toward one certain thing, and then that's kind of what you pour a lot of your effort into. Like she really loves her coffee station. She used to talk about it a lot to me.
Neuroplasticity in effect. Your brain becoming plastic.
She's got like she does have a she's got a little sign above it that says like love Jesus, and it's like love Jesus coffee. Love Jesus coffee.
Is it like white background and black text, and it's in cursive and has like a floral and engravings on the outside? It's surrounded by other.
It's literally just a blank sign, but yeah, you're absolutely correct. Cursive writing, black, white. Yes.
Yeah. I know the style. My mother has the same thing all over her house, and it's kind of endearing. I can, like, our generation is obsessed with self-awareness, and we sort of call out that kind of thinking and behavior in interior decorating because we see it as fake or desperate. But I think fostering an environment of positivity can be beneficial, and maybe you just want to be surrounded by things that remind you of positivity or like enjoying the small things in life, like coffee.
Yeah, I can get behind that idea because like I have this I bought it at Goodwill. I have this USB Himalayan salt rock lamp that has like an LED light inside of it.
Dude, same.
I've had it for fucking ever.
Have you licked it?
I had another one.
Do you lick it sometimes?
Many times. Speaking
First
of which,
thing
it's been like
cut my salt
like a year.
It does taste like salt. It is made of salt.
It is salt. That is salt.
What's your score for your salt lamp? How much do you rate it out of 10?
It's a little old, and it's had shit spilled on it, and it's decayed quite a bit.
It's had shit spilled on it? Why is there shit near your salt lamp?
Not literal shit, but like, like it'll get knocked over.
In the Dyke household,
occasional
shit just goes everywhere.
Dyke household, like, I do just want to say,
shit happens.
That too, but completely off topic. I have thought quite a bit about the fact that my like online presence name is Dyke-ish.
Yeah. Like when you're high, you just get sort of thinking about stuff and you notice things you didn't realize before.
And it's like, I hate that that word is such a negative word.
Yes. Did my obsession over SEO optimization and how Dyke-ish is bad for that sort of awaken you to that? Because I don't mean to be cynical about things. I just know that like YouTube and Google in particular do not like any sort of word with that controversial connotation. Anything that people would find disagreeable.
It's like considered a slur.
Yes. That's what I was thinking of, and I didn't want to kneecap our like advertisability. Like maybe we would just be omitted from search engines for having that word, because when you type a swear word into the Google search bar, it doesn't show up.
Did you mean this?
It doesn't autofill if you type in a search word. It's like those words do not exist to Google.
Yeah.
So if you typed in Clover and Dyke-ish, it would not have the Dyke-ish part. It would just say Clover ND, most likely.
Yeah. It'd probably show, like... It'd probably, like, once this gets, like, once we put more out and, make the, SoundCloud or YouTube more, rich with content, I guess, then maybe it'll show up more if you search Clover and Dyko or whatever.
Yeah. Well, Dyko might be a bit different.
See, I think the Clogi and Dyko work because it's like, it works off of our already existing aliases.
That's right. Since it's not just the word Dyke, it would probably show up if we made that imaginary word popular enough in searches, then they would integrate it into the autofill.
Yeah, because I feel like it's just the actual words themselves that they put in. They have like a text document that they put into the folder that's like remove searches, or some shit.
It's like that thing I was talking to you about how Apple sort of wants to delete swear words from the American vocabulary. Like they want people to say what the holy shirt instead of holy shit, or what the duck instead of what the fuck. That they want to live in a world where people talk like that.
Yeah, I saw a fucking, you used Snapchat before. I don't know if you still use it, but, like, they have those, like, fucking little dumbass fucking, like, tiles on the front page or whatever. It's like these little, like, funded by Snapchat, like, little stories.
Oh,
that are, like, little, like...
When you, like, swipe right, and they have this is how a hot knife cuts through a fish's body...
That, they have a whole explore page like Instagram does.
Yeah.
But there's also the shit that's sponsored Snapchat content that shows up on the front page underneath of all of the people you have added. So, like, you'll see, Jenny's fucking Snapchat story. You'll see Dave's Snapchat story. But underneath it, you'll see, like, fucking...
Waka Flocka.
Hold on. Yeah, like, I'm a let me open it up. Because, this is the strangest thing I've seen all day, and it's a fucking dude that's pushing in on his eyelid, but at the very, very end of his like eyelid where your nose starts, there's like a green loop of yarn.
There's so much body horror.
What the fuck? What did I just watch? On social media.
I don't understand the obsession with like pimple popping in weird surgical procedures being done on like pus-filled cavities, and how popular those are on YouTube and other social medias and such. It's just gross, and I don't want to see it in my daily life. I get that people find it satisfying, but I personally think it's indicative of a moral deficiency in this world. Society is fucked because they like this shit, and I am done. I am done with this earth. How dare anybody enjoy that kind of content?
I enjoy the pimple poppings. I'm gonna be honest. I enjoy the blackhead removals.
Let me backtrack on that. Everyone but you. Only you are allowed to like that stuff.
I enjoy the pimple popping. I enjoy the cyst slicing shit. Like, there's some gross shit, like, in that category of content that I will not watch just because it's like, ugh. But, like, for me, myself, I've always been a very acne person. I've always had a lot of acne. I've had a lot of blackheads. I still have a lot of blackheads.
Same. I have acne I have acne scarring from high school because I would just pop pimples whenever they showed up, not really thinking about the future.
That's what I did. And, like, I don't have too much... Like, I don't really think I have scarring, because it wasn't too bad, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, there's a couple spots that are a lot harder than others in my face and my jawline.
Yeah, that just means you're hardcore. You have battle scars.
Oh, so, like, if it was on my forehead, if I had, these big scars on my forehead, would it mean that my brain's just too big?
No. I have them on the left side of my jaw in particular for one reason or another. That just happens. That happened to be the spot where I got acne when I was a teenager.
I'd always see them and then pop them. I'd be like,
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
an obsessive behavior that sort of builds on itself, and the more you do it, the more you get hooked on that feeling. And I'm going to go take a piss real quick.
I was reading some group chat family stuff.
Yeah, you have a group chat with your family.
Sadly, like, I mean, not really sadly, but it's on Facebook.
That sounds wholesome.
It's like it's nice. There was only one big issue between everybody, and that was like they joined like a video group chat one day, and like I saw the notification for it, but like I'm not gonna join that obviously, and so I was just like, oh, okay. But apparently a lot of our family, my family disagrees with or like has disagreements with each other about the whole
abortions.
COVID shit.
COVID.
No, it's literally just COVID shit is what this was about.
Had some of the same in my family. I gotta say, it brings out the worst in people.
One of them left the group chat because I don't fucking know. There was a whole falling out for a little bit. That's like, this family, we're family. We should be able to talk to each other about anything we want to, and not have a fear of being judged.
Yes,
or
drop
anything
the
like
pretenses.
That. And then, but it's just like, I don't know. The way this town is, the way my family is, like, everything gets spread like wildfire. Like, shit I've just told my grandma in, complete, like, trust. It's been relayed to, like, other family members.
They're still arguing about COVID after all this time. I feel like it's sort of fallen by the wayside at this point. We got through the worst of it.
This was a couple months ago. I was reading shit about a surprise birthday party that's going to be happening for my grandmother's 70th birthday tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Your grandmother is only 70.
They've both my grandma and my grandpa have had COVID. They're both vaccinated. They believe in the vaccine. They're, they trust in that.
That's good. That's good for grandparents. I think my grandparents lived in a really small town for like the past few decades of their lives, so they didn't really have to worry about contracting COVID, nor did they really have a pharmacy to get vaccines at. So that was really not an issue. It was an issue with my uncle, who did contract COVID. He was an anti-vaxxer, and he believed that the vaccines had like poison in them and was crazy into all those Facebook conspiracy theories. But after he did get COVID and nearly died, and also infected his two sons, he changed his mind about things, which is good. He did a hard 180 on his stance, and he understands the importance of vaccines and being aware of that kind of stuff now.
I love seeing shit like that, or in this case, hearing about shit like that, because
it's great.
At the gas station I work at, every week, I forget what day it is exactly. I think it's whatever day the garbage runs, but the garbage people, they'll bring their truck in to the station to get fuel, And I've, there's a couple people that come in pretty regularly that I begin to, like, recognize and talk to.
Of course.
Every time they come in, and
I'm glad
they
you have
recognize
repeat
me.
customers that you get to be friends with.
Yeah, and the garbage people come in, and like I was talking to one of them because I went to school, same grade, graduated same year with one of his kids.
Really?
His other kid was a year older than I am. Huh. He didn't know who I was, but got to talking to him and shit. He told me who his kids were and shit. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, because I thought they looked the same.
Yeah. How many kids does your high school have in it? Like 100 per class?
Oh, I have no fucking clue. I could tell you when I was in school, but I have no idea now.
Is that a close estimate?
I could probably ask Joshua for some insider information.
I assume it's more closely knit than my high school that had like 1 billion kids per class. Because
it was a very... I mean, it's a big school, but it's very fucking small.
Yeah, I figured. Do you have like an estimate? I'm just curious.
No idea now. I want to say I kind of did back when I was in school, but at this point,
yeah,
I have no clue.
You don't really get an idea of it just walking through the halls and looking around. You don't truly understand the scale.
Several hundred. I want to say like maybe not 1,000, but a lot.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha. But, maybe not 1,000. Okay.
But the garbage man, was talking to him. He bought his gas and shit, and he was just talking to him before he walked out of the store, and we got to talking about COVID somehow, and then he looked at me. We made direct fucking eye contact, and he said, "Listen now,
you ain't no libtard snowflake, are you?"
No, he said, "That shit's real."
Oh.
And I was like, oh. And then he's like, "Yeah, I got that. I thought I was gonna die. I was scared." And then he said that, like, pretty much like all these people thinking that it's completely fake or just dumb and that they don't understand anything. And I was like, fuck yeah, okay.
Wow, it's woke like, and black-pilled.
Right? Like, this dude went from being completely, the wrong side of everything, fuck vaccines, all of this shit, to understanding that this shit saves lives and is like, just like on the same page as everybody else now.
Yes, absolutely. Politics. Are you authoritarian or are you smart? Oh God, what have we done? Alex, we've already ruined this entire podcast by bringing the vaxxers into this. And now we're going to have much backlash. We're going to be on Fox News. They're going to be saying this is what's corrupting the kids.
It's okay. You just got to say you'd fuck Tucker Carlson. And then you're good.
Carl Tuckerson, I will fuck you. All right. I will
fuck Carl Tuckerson.
Bring me on as a guest.
Live on air.
Well, fuck it. We'll do it live. Exactly. That's how we're going to do it. This is how it's going to happen. It's all tumbling down.
Not to get more into politics, I guess you could say.
Yes, those blacks are a real problem, aren't they?
I was just gonna talk about Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna talk about too.
I really wonder what his actual stance and thoughts are on the green M&M, because there's what he says on air and what he's printed on the little fucking teleprompter to read.
Yeah.
But like, what does he actually think about the green M&M? We'll never know.
Yes. What kind of thoughts is he given? What is his stance on the green M&M currently? And what do you think his actual stance is? Like, does he have, sort of lobbies pressuring him to say certain things one way about the green M&M, like the green M&M is not sexy and I would not sex her and I respect the green M&M as a person, when really in reality he spanks at the green M&M every single night and draws green M&M Rule 34 on his secret Twitter account.
Forbes.com. I don't know how reputable this website is, but the title of the article is Tucker Carlson widely mocked after criticizing less sexy M&Ms.
Did he actually talk about this? I was just sort of joking about that, but I didn't realize he actually had a stance.
Oh no! This is a real thing. Like, he talked about on the show, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god.
About the imminent candy being less sexy.
Yeah.
And shit like that. I don't
corrupting
know the full story,
the children.
Because I think it's funny, but I don't think it's funny enough to look into. But I'm kind of.
You should have added that to our news stories, which I added a fair few of, but I didn't read any of them. I just saw the headlines and thought, oh, that would be interesting to talk about, and just copy and pasted them. We'll have to save those for next episode.
Speaking of documents, let me go into the Google Docs.
Oh god, I haven't been looking forward to this part because I haven't given that much thought to our topics.
I mean, I haven't either, to be fair. I've just added a couple topics, but
Alright, let me take another bathroom break and we can get on to that part.
Alrighty. Train time.
Should we include train time at all? I just started The Staircase in HBO on accident. This is episode 911.
While you were in the bathroom, I was talking to, I texted a person I used to work with at my
I kept my earbud in. I kept my bullet in my ear hole so I could hear everything. Except I heard nothing and you were lying.
But I was talking to her and asked her if she could do commissions, because she's got better quality art than the dude that I showed you.
Yeah, are you going to pay for the art commission? I like that other guy you sent me. I feel like I could definitely envision that painting he did of whoever from the sort of top-up angle. Both of us staring up at the camera, and then our logo next to
it. Ooh, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how much. He hasn't said anything about how much he charges. It's not even in his bio. It just says, commissions open. So,
yeah, hopefully it's not too much, because he looks pretty classy. He looks like a high-class artist.
I've been talking to him, and I've been telling him that you can take whatever shortcuts you want to take.
Yes, because, it doesn't matter. Quality is not an issue.
We'll probably use Photoshop for it anyway, for anything that we'd want to do afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Except I want to own Photoshop. I'd have to pirate it, but I am admitting on here I will pirate it and I will manipulate it in whatever way suits us.
No,
except
you'll totally pay. You'll totally pay full price for it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, just like I
Never
paid
mind.
full price for FL Studio.
You've changed my mind. I definitely will pay for it with real money, and I will give money to Sony, one of the biggest tech corporations on earth, for a product.
I paid full price for FL Studio. I don't know who owns FL Studio, but I completely paid full price for that. I mean,
Mr. Fruity, I believe. Mr. Fruity.
Mr.
First name Fruity,
himself.
last name Loops.
Mr. Loops.
Yes.
Okay, let's see here.
What are you looking at again?
I'm looking at the Google Doc.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to ask you, what is cogito ergo sum? If that's not too much of a thing to go into.
Have you heard of I think therefore I am? It's actually very simple. It's Descartes' cardinal, the thing he's known for, hypothesizing that as long as you can wonder whether your brain is in a simulation, you could at least know that you exist because you were thinking that thought.
Ooh, I didn't know what that's meant. I didn't know that that's what that meant. I've heard that that saying before, but
it's like a cornerstone of modern day philosophy. This as a sort of do we exist problem. It's like a North Star to guide ourselves by. At least we know that we ourselves exist. If you agree with that opinion. And I was going to ask what you think about that in particular.
I for sure think I exist.
Yes.
And that other people exist.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it circles back to the ideology I've had since I've, separated from Christianity. I grew up very, very fucking Christian. Like,
Yeah, same. And it seems more and more people that I meet did not grow up Christian and did not have that background. I had very liberal parents, but parents that also believed in, well, my mother at least believed in spirituality, and my father wasn't really along for the ride, but I didn't realize that until later on.
yeah. And, like, fucking... Once I separated from, like, mentally separated from the whole idea of there is this one being above us.
Yes, we are the best.
Is,
Nothing else
recorded,
is existing.
Like, like the so-called recorded information and recorded, like documentation of all this shit that happened. Oh, excuse me.
Kind of sketchy.
I don't think that's how it is. Because, like, you hear shit from the Bible, and you'll be like, wow, that's kind of fucked up. Why is that how it is?
Yeah.
And like,
yeah, bro.
I don't know. I think
there's a big man in the sky, and he gets hit in the eye with a pie, and it makes another man ask why.
It's very generic and very basic, but the way I kind of, like, grew my mind from, and, thought about the whole religion shit was me asking my grandma, where did Jesus come from? And she said, God made Jesus. And I was like, okay. And then I said, where did God come from, though? I'm in the fucking
mystery.
queue. This is during church. I literally turned to her and was like, where did God come from then?
Grandma, this is all bullshit.
She said, he's just always been there. And I was like, huh.
Is that the general, like, Christian consensus, is that God has just always been there? Like, which came first? God or the Big Bang? Maybe God is a sentient piece of rock floating out there somewhere that dictates the laws and the order of math and light and space and time.
For my experience, it's always just been he's been there. He's just been there. Yes. He made us, and he's just been there. He's been there before he made us.
Space zombie. Yeah. How do you imagine God to look like? I imagine him as a wizard with a big beard, and he's a big man. He just looks like a wizard guy.
For me, I've always envisioned whatever okay. I had the idea of.
Is it the owl from Adventure Time? Is that it? Is that God?
No, it's what the fuck is his name? It's Billy, the big fucking gladiator dude that's, like, old. You know what I'm talking about?
The guy, Billy. So that guy.
Fuck. Adventure Time, Billy.
Is it the legendary adventurer that came before?
Legendary hero, yeah. Yeah, he was a legendary hero, and they found him in one episode. Yeah.
Nice.
I think it was an early episode.
Remember Billy somewhat.
But
what's he look like?
Fucking. He's gray. No, he's like very, very light greenish gray. He's got a big white fucking beard. He's got brown little slacks.
Oh, is he shirtless?
He's got some rings.
Does he have nipples?
Yeah, he's shirtless. I can't see his nipples. His beard's in the way.
Okay. But when his beard goes to the side, his nipples are huge and leaking and small.
Oh, they're probably leaking as fuck. It's probably why he's got a big beard.
Yeah, just dripping, so he can cover that shit up. His drooping warlocks.
He's got some rings on, too.
On his nipples.
The Lich, spoilers for Adventure Time, I guess. The Lich later on in the series possesses that Billy's body.
Yeah, nobody cares. The Adventure Time story is, like, people pretend to care about it, but come on, it's not. It's just made up bullshit.
It's very, very detailed. Like,
I guess so. I never really cared much for it. Like, it was taking itself a bit too seriously for what it was.
That's why I haven't went into it and learned all the Adventure Time lore to really understand the show. Because I was a big Adventure Time fan, but I thought the lore was way too fucking complex for anyone of the age range that they, like, had of an audience.
They wanted to do more with it. They wanted to make it into a real thing, and I respect that, but it didn't really have... God, I don't know how to explain it. I could just never take it seriously. It's Adventure Time. It is itself.
True. It is very much just itself. Like, the way they wanted to do shit with it became so fucking complex. Like,
Yeah.
I think back to the Prismo episode where they're in this box with this 2D character named Prismo. And Prismo can grant any wish at all. He's a Time Lord. And
Yes.
they, Finn and Jake do that shit, but then the Lich is in that time box. I'm probably leaving out some important lore elements, but excuse that. But the Lich was, like, sitting in that time box too, while possessing, Billy the warrior or whatever the fuck, his body. And then Prismo dies, and then the Lich becomes, like, he wasn't dead. He was just pretending to be, I think. Something like that. And then he comes back, and then he kills Prismo, and then it's like this whole thing. But Adventure Time's so fucking just convoluted. It's so convoluted.
Yeah, I was an early Adventure Time watcher. I caught the first episode, like, on its premiere on Cartoon Network that one night.
Same.
Damn, I cannot believe we are connected through that thread in time, bro. That was us.
Do you remember seeing the fucking... Do you remember seeing the fucking trailers of this white kid running through the streets?
Yes,
going,
the live action.
What time is it? What time is it? What time is it?
I did that at school. I did that to spread the word. I was part of the Adventure Time army.
I was more into regular show than I was Adventure Time, but I was definitely an Adventure Time fanboy.
I remember the advert. Don't look at our crotches or we'll synchronize our watches.
Oh, I just spilled my beer a little bit, but it's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry you spilled your natural light.
It's a natural ice.
Why?
Boy.
Yes, why do you enjoy that? I've been wondering.
I don't know. I think it's I went into drinking Natty as a acquired taste because my husband wanted to. Well, he liked Natty, and so I was like, "Oh, I hate."
You should bring him on as a guest next time. We had a pretty good conversation. Oh, I've been meaning to ask you what was your verdict on the acid trip that you had since the last podcast?
Oh, it was fun. It was very nice. It was a very chill day.
I had a hard time gauging exactly how much it was affecting you. I have some acid of my own that I've been meaning to take. I might take it on the podcast. Who knows?
Okay.
Because I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to record myself on it, and I thought about making a YouTube video where I might play a video game on acid to sort of document the experience. Because I find it a very interesting topic. Like, how would seeing this influence your personality in person and having all these different internet people analyzing it? I think it's an interesting topic to record.
Mm-hmm. I've wanted to record myself on acid. I've wanted to record myself a lot on DXM. And
yes, I tried that once. I tried it doing with Jade a Grand Theft Auto 5 Let's Play on acid. I thought we would get up to hilarious hijinks, but we both just sort of threw up and didn't want to record anymore.
Yeah, like, my only real experience with you on DXM was whenever we tried to play Resident Evil 6.
Right.
And you just stared at this out of bounds portion of the map for ever. And
I probably just stepped away from the computer and was laying on the couch or something.
I was talking to you. I don't know, you were looking around every so often.
Yeah.
But you really didn't say much. You really
come back to the computer I was probably just mentally absent because it just sort of turns off brain cells. If anyone doesn't know, DXM, when we talk about that, we are talking about a Robitussin cough syrup or similar DXM only. That's dextromethorphan containing products. Dextromethorphan is a central nervous system depressant and a NMDA antagonist that basically turns off your brain cells like alcohol does. It results in it's an anesthetic. Sometimes it's used in surgery, and it is a dissociative anesthetic. Also, some regard it as a psychedelic. It's capable of producing very intense and bizarre near-death experience type experiences and psychedelic experiences. I don't know how to describe it right now. How would you describe it, since you've had experience with it as well?
Oh, we could do an entire episode on DXM. I feel
we indeed could. I could talk about it forever. I don't do it anymore because it does fuck you up a lot. It is dangerous to an extent, and it is bad for your body. And I think you don't do it as often as you used to either.
Oh, no. Like, I haven't tripped on DXM, and I, like...
Yeah, it's mostly a thing you do when you're a teenager and you don't have access to other things, but it is also such an interesting drug. And we will talk about drugs more often on this show because we're both into them.
Yeah.
Oh, you're both druggies.
This is a substance-oriented podcast to an extent.
Really? Yes. Maybe that could be our focus instead of video games or whatever else we were planning, because we haven't really talked about video games thus far.
Don't do any drugs, though, other than Flintstone vitamins and coffee. Don't do anything else.
Yes, anything that is legal, because we don't want to get taken down and we want to look like good boys. We don't endorse shit. We don't endorse anything except all the drugs that I like. Except psychedelics like acid. Those are good. Those open your mind and, broaden your life experiences and make you think about stuff.
But we've never done those.
Yes, I've never done a drug in my life. I am perfectly sober.
Wait, you say coffee is a drug? The fuck? I drink coffee every day.
Of course it is. It is a chemical that affects your mind state.
I don't drink coffee every day. I drink
it is a drug.
Red Bulls. I drink Red Bulls every day.
That's caffeine. It's the same drug.
Yeah.
Everyone does drugs, whether they want to admit it or not. Alcohol is a drug. Nicotine is a drug. Caffeine is a drug. And every painkiller and antidepressant and prescribed medication is also a drug. They just affect you in different ways.
Story about caffeine. Okay.
Bring it on us.
Okay, so I work at a gas station. I work there at 12 p.m. to whatever.
Yes, you do.
And there's this cop that usually would hang out around the gas station, just kind of hang out, whatever. And I came in one day, I was, writing my shit down on the paper, my name, blah, blah, blah. And
they were asking you to, fill out a witness form?
No. There's a shift paper you have to, write. It's, for cigarettes and lottery count for what you sell.
Okay, the cops come to you, how often to do this?
Oh, no. He was already there. I do this every day because of my job, but...
Oh, it's your checkout paper, your closing form?
Yeah. At the very end of the shift, a receipt...
I thought the cop was making you do this.
No. At the end of the shift, a big receipt prints from whatever computer you're on for that shift, and then that's got all the information you need to do your, closing shit. And so, but I came in one day, to start my shift. I clocked in, was writing my shit on the paper. The person that was already there, that I was relieving from their shift, was, talking to the police officer or whatever. And so, I go over, I get a Red Bull from the pop cooler, and then, I start drinking it, I start doing my shit that I need to do. The cop says, "Those aren't very healthy for you." And so I just kind of don't... I didn't even look at him. I just go, yeah, I know.
I know, Dad. It was
literally okay, the smallest Red Bull? It was one size up from that. That's what I drink a day. And so
Yeah, not even cigarettes
was-
or anything, just caffeine, just the same thing that he probably drinks in coffee.
yeah, and so I was drinking that, and then he goes, "There's one time." Okay, do you know? I have to set this up. Do you know the fucking You know that caffeine pills exist. There's tons of different
Yes.
brands of just straight up caffeine pills.
And they
There's
are
one
horrifying.
There's one, oh, trust me, I have plenty of caffeine pill stories. There's
Are
that,
caffeine pills that common where you live? Is it like a...
They're everywhere.
What do they call it?
They're
at your
in
store?
every store, every gas station. They're different names. They're all pretty much by the same brand, little drugstore.
Oh, little drugstore. They have drug in the name.
Yeah.
God.
But fucking, I was drinking that. He said that, and then I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I know. And then he said something. By the way, you said that makes it seem like you've heard that before. And I was like, yeah. And then
Wait, what did he say? What did he say that you heard before?
He said that me drinking the Red Bull, well, he's like, those aren't healthy for you. And I was like, yeah, I know. And then he said, something, by the way you said that makes me think you haven't heard that. You've heard that before. That you have heard
makes
that
me
before.
think you're a goddamn junkie. And I'm going to have to take you in.
Puts the cuffs on me, puts me in the car.
Grabs the cuffs, puts them on
But
you.
I was like, yeah. And then he says, so we have a brand of caffeine pills in this area called No-Doz, or No-Doz, however you want to pronounce it. It's
hilarious.
NODOZ. And it's literally just 200 milligram caffeine pills. That's all it is. There's like 3 or 4 different brands in this area, in this county, that are the same thing of that. But he was talking about it, and he said, I took 2 or 3 of them caffeine pills and drank a big monster, and I had to pull over and fall asleep on the road.
I get that. I get caffeine making you tired. I've had that experience when I've been taking too much of it.
I get that too, but he said he took 2 or 3 of them. That's
insane.
Upwards of 600 milligrams of caffeine on top.
That can give you a heart attack.
On top of a big monster.
Wow,
and
that's
and he has the nerve to tell me. He has the nerve to fucking tell me that me drinking a 0 sugar Red Bull is bad for me.
And I drink those all the time, and I know how bad they are. You drink dang gum 4 of those, and you fall over at the sleeping on the highway, and you don't know where the criminals are. You're just looking around all over the place, and it's fucking 3 a.m., and you don't know where to go.
These fucking, the best way I could describe the area that I'm in with, most people, just simpletons. Literally just simpletons.
Oh, yeah, you live in Kentucky, so...
Yeah.
These awkward pauses from, the latency and our voice, we're, on opposite sides of the country, and it takes so long for me to get over to you that it sounds like you're reacting with your silence to everything I say. I noticed when I was editing these back how many awkward silences there was. I just sort of became obsessed with it and started cutting them out so it sounded more natural.
That time, this just, whatever, what you just said, that was me actually just kind of, thinking, because I was like, damn, he said I'm in Kentucky. Not that it matters at all, because, fuck, okay, I'm in Kentucky, where at? Go on.
I didn't mean to dox you, by the way. I hope nobody hunts you down and kills you with a gun in your home.
I have a fucking samurai sword.
You're
on
ready.
My wall.
Oh
next
my god.
To the door. I have a very shitty, long rifle
pistol.
Just
warning any would-be hunters out there what is in store for you if you try to dox one of us.
Do not track down Dyke.
Mm-hmm. We are ready and willing to kill.
1 second. I dropped my vape, and I'm looking for it on the floor.
Oh, God. I have my vape right here with me, and it's burnt, and it's been burnt, and that's why I've been quitting vaping. Because I will give myself a sore throat and, hurt lungs if I try to vape too much, and I don't want to spend money on one of those like 5% nicotine vapes that sell at gas stations, because I'll just get me right back into it. And yeah, I'm cheap, and that's the only reason that I am getting away from nicotine as a thing in my life, and I'm proud of myself. And thank you, everybody, for having a slow clap and bowing your heads in appreciation, because
I'm proud of you.
Namaste. That's it.
Namaste.
I am health food. I am hippie.
I've wanted to quit nicotine many times, but it's difficult, I think.
How so do you think? Do you think it is more difficult than quitting smoking? Because I know you have smoke cigarettes as well.
Oh, no. Fuck cigarettes. If I...
Or you have in the past.
If I didn't have the option to vape, then I would not consume nicotine other than patches or fucking, like, the lozenges. Cigarettes, I can get behind to a certain extent, like the menthol ones. Love me a good Camel menthol, like Camel Crush, or like a every now and then Marlboro menthol. But overall,
I used to smoke Virginia Slims, and that was my menthol cigarette.
Never heard of those.
I hope I'm thinking of the right thing. I know Virginia Slims are a thing, but I'm not certain it was what I was stealing from Walgreens when I worked there and smoking them.
There's so many different fucking cigarette brands, like... We have, I want to say, at least 30 or 40 just at the gas station I work at.
Well, it's ridiculous. That's a normal amount.
And that's not even all of them. There's like... Hold on, I'm going to Google this. How many cigarette brands are there?
There's got to be thousands, with all the different countries combined.
There's a fucking
the verdict.
list.
What is it?
Holy shit.
10,000?
It looks like most of the cigarettes come from Indonesia.
Seriously, I would not have expected that. I guess that's where they grow tobacco, right? It's gotta be.
This is just a list of cigarette brands, but this is what, like, I sent you the link to it. This is what I'm looking at. But like, there's...
I would think it would mostly come from places that grow tobacco.
There's not a whole lot of United States in this.
Yeah,
there's Indonesia.
I would not expect that. Because usually you're just limited to American, like, tobacco. Well, we have, like, Camel, which is one of the biggest brands from Turkey. And where does Marlboro come from?
Also,
right now,
you know how that... What?
But I was looking at the Pall Malls on the counter that... Where did those come from? I think they come from America. I'm just limited to the scope of what is made and like sold in America, and I guess I haven't really been to any other country. I have not traveled that much, so I would not know. That's like limited knowledge to me.
Yeah. There's tons of empty vapes across my desk.
Yes, as is the life of you.
But you know, gotta have that push.
Mm-hmm.
There's like India. Okay, it's mostly Indonesia, but there's Japan, Hong Kong, South Africa, cigarettes. There's Japan, India.
All right, keep
Poland,
going. I'm gonna take a piss.
Ukraine, Denmark. There's fucking... Holy shit, Germany. Let's see, where's some other one? Cuba. There's Cuban cigarettes. Japanese cigarettes. Malaysian cigarettes. Sri Lanka and Hong Kong cigarettes. Let's see. Croatia. Walter Wolf. Walter Wolf is a Croatian brand of cigarettes. Interesting. Let's see. South Africa. What are this? Oh, I can't look at the South African ones.
I can't believe you went on for so long just naming cigarettes on your desk. Like, how many empty packs do you have?
Oh, no, not mine. I'm just talking about the list. There's a
Oh, you found a list
Republic
online?
Yeah. There's People's Republic of China. They're called Yuxi. Yuxi.
Is that just like the entire jurisdiction of China?
I think it's the only Chinese cigarettes that are on this list. Yeah, that's
it's
the only Chinese
the
cigarette
company that call themselves the People's Republic of China or whatever.
It's I think the People's Republic of China is the area. I don't know because the actual like name of the company is Hongta Tobacco Group.
Oh, Hongta sounds like clowns. I don't like clowns.
The Indonesian, this one is Zinfi cigarettes,
yes.
And it's by the Perusahaan Rokok Zinfi.
Rokok Zinfi. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Perusahaan Rokok Zinfi. Probably butchering that.
But I'd like a taste of that.
There's another People's Republic of China.
Oh,
it's the cigarettes. The cigarettes are called. Where is it? It's okay. It's ZHONG NANHAI.
NAHAI.
Zhongnahai.
I see.
I want to say.
My favorite cigarette, Zhongnahai.
It's by the Beijing Tobacco Corporation.
All right. I know that like the ZH is the Zhong sounds.
Oh, it has the list for some of these, like the date they were instated. Oh fuck, Lucky Strikes. We have Lucky Strikes at the gas station. 1871, 151 years ago.
I know it's one of the oldest tobacco companies. Where are those manufactured? I'm curious.
There's 3 spots that say, but there's British American Tobacco, then there's ITC Limited.
That makes sense.
Then there's R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company.
I know it was official military, fucking whatever they distributed to the troops in like the Vietnam War and such. They were smoking Lucky Strikes for most of the time.
Yeah,
because they were one of the only like remaining mainstream unfiltered cigarettes that I know of.
Oh, are they unfiltered?
I believe the regular Lucky Strikes are unfiltered. I smoked them for a while because they were just the cheapest and also like fairly decent quality.
Beside the British American Tobacco, in parentheses, there's International. And then beside ITC Limited, there's India Only. And then by the R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company, it says United States.
I see. Yeah, I guess they would come from the U.S. I didn't know what kind of origin was there. I'd read their Wikipedia page at some point because I was curious about tobacco companies, and they were one of the most popular ones.
Oh shit. Do you know what a Lark cigarette brand is?
No.
It's an American brand owned by Altria Group.
Yeah.
And it has charcoal filters.
Wow, that sounds gross, but I guess people use like charcoal toothpaste and stuff and just eat dried charcoal for like digestive purposes.
I've thought about getting the charcoal toothpaste. Just because,
yeah, my ex used it, and apparently it's good for enamel or whatnot.
Oh, what the fuck? Holy shit. Okay, hold on. Let me... Okay, the origin of this is Russia, right?
Charcoal toothpaste?
but the brand of cigarette is the LDs. You know what LDs are, right?
What is that? What does that stand
It's
for?
like it's just a really cheap brand of cigarette. It's just LD. There's LD Reds, LD
Doesn't
Blues, LD
stand
Menthols.
for anything. I think or maybe I'm thinking of something else, like LMs.
LD is short for Leggett Ducat, the name of the original manufacturer. A Russian brand of cigarettes currently owned by Japan Tobacco. In the United States, it is manufactured in Turkey for JT International USA.
Man, I hope my mom never hears this. I hope we don't hear that we're talking about cigarettes.
We have tons of LDs at the store.
I might know what you're talking about, but I think I might be thinking of some other similarly named brands, like one of the cheapest ones that matches with Pall Malls in the price range, or Lucky Strikes. I want to say like L&M's. Maybe it's something similar.
Pall Mall is a United Kingdom cigarette company.
I did not know that.
It originated in the United Kingdom. British American Tobacco is in parentheses international, and then RJ Reynolds Tobacco Company is in parentheses for United States.
Huh. You know what? We're getting to an hour and 13 minutes, and it really hasn't seemed like that long. We had some good conversations in there. We covered a number of great topics, such as cigarettes and such as about drugs and other disgusting things, and also a bit of racism in there. So I'm glad we got all that covered and that we got a good episode in there. But I just remembered that drinking makes me feel horrible. And
I have a big piss.
Yeah.
I gotta piss.
I know, I just threw you under the bus when last I had to take a piss. I made you keep up the conversation on your own side. I'm sure you have to go now.
Yeah, keeping up a conversation by myself for this really took a toll on me, and so I think I'm not gonna do any more of this, and I think I'm just gonna, move.
Yes, we need to be done. We are over. This podcast is canceled.
Podcast is canceled. Anyone who subscribed to the Patreon,
fuck you. Thank you for your money. And fuck you and go away.
Thank you for your money.
How dare you give us money? This is your punishment. We take it and we run off with it, and we build a My Little Pony dating sim with it.
We take all your Patreon money and we just buy natural ice. That's all we do.
We just buy more natural ice.
Smirnoff.
We buy more natural ice, and we buy Smirnoff Ice Smash, and we smash it together, and then we get drunk, and then we play Mario.
Real quick, I cannot drink Smirnoff or what's the other one? Mike's Hard. I can't drink Mike's Hard.
This is a far cry from regular Smirnoff vodka. If you don't know, if you haven't tried the Smirnoff Ice Smashes, they're all fruit flavored. 8% high alcohol content.
Is it like a six-pack?
I usually buy them in singles because it's the most bang for your buck if you're trying to get drunk at a function or whatnot. Sometimes they'll have that, and sometimes they'll have the Mike's Harder sort of alongside each other.
That's how I am with the what's it called, the Ritas or the Locos. I haven't drank. I tend to stay away from. But the Ritas, on the other hand, I really like the Ritas.
Yeah, the Four Locos can get up to over 14%, with lemonade ones that I've known have recently been showing up in my store. And the Lime-A-Ritas are the same, 8%.
You have lemonade Locos?
Yes, and it's 14% or 12%, I forget which, and it is disgusting. It does taste like how it sounds.
We only have...
It's very cheap.
In this area, at least, the blueberry, and then at the store that I work at, we only sell the fruit punch and the green apple, or sour apple, whatever it is.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I tend to drink the Ritas, because they taste better, they feel better, And when it comes to Four Locos or, well, okay, just Four Locos by themselves, I don't know. It doesn't feel like alcohol when I drink it. It's like alcohol mixed with something else. I don't know what the fuck they're putting in Four
Cough
Locos.
medicine. It tastes nasty. I don't like Four Locos, really.
It's bad. It's so bad. But like with
Yeah.
the Smirnoffs or the Mike's Hard, I cannot drink either of those because it makes me just, I don't know. It makes me so upset to my stomach. It makes me want to throw up and like it just
Mike's
makes me feel
Hard does?
disgusting.
That's like
Yeah.
more lemonade than alcohol.
It's the sugar content, I think.
You think so? I guess so. That's how
Because I
they...
used to love Smirnoffs, but now I hate them. I used to like Mike's, but now I hate them. I can't drink.
Are you
them or else
talking
I'll get
about Smirnoffs
sick.
like original, like their vodka? Or are you talking about their canned stuff,
Oh.
their canned singles?
I'm talking about the, like, we only have, well, for Smirnoffs around here, unless you go to, like, Ohio or some shit, we only have the, like, or, like, an actual liquor store. We only have the 6-packs of, like, lemonade.
Okay,
Flavor.
you're talking about the same kind of thing that I'm drinking right now, which is more canned, like, flavored beer type stuff.
Yeah. I can't drink those or else I just get sick.
Yeah, they're a bit intense, I gotta admit. Well, they're surprisingly pleasant for an 8%, like, cheap $2 gas station beer, but I can see how they might be a bit rough on the stomach if you drink a lot of them.
I really like the, I liked the way it felt, the Bud Light Next. Or the
Yes,
NXT,
the
whatever
seltzers.
it is. I like that.
I have a bit more remorse for the seltzers because they are lighter on the stomach, even though you tend to drink a lot of them at once, and they're just easy to drink. I like the new trend, even though they are kind of seen as basic bitch beers.
But, like, the basic bitch beers are always just, like, what's better for people who can't drink regular, like...
Yes, they're more acceptable to
yeah.
the general public, with
More
White
people
Claw
drink-
and such.
I want to say more people drink seltzers.
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not caught up with that culture. I think, yeah,
I'm
seltzers
not
seem really
too-
popular with like my younger friends who are in their early 20s
That's
or
true.
in like
It
the
is
college scene.
Seltzers seem like they gravitate towards, or like the younger audience gravitates towards the seltzers.
It seems so. When I'm trying to envision when I go to my friend's apartment, I saw like a Boulevard wheat they didn't want that they gave to me because they knew I liked it, and then they had some other fruity thing that I didn't want as much. It might have been like wine left over that I bought for Thanksgiving. I just got like the cheapest, largest, cheapest, like best cost size container that they have. I literally asked them, I'm going to a Thanksgiving party, please give me something cheap. And
Give
like
me
a
your
large
best
amount of
turkey
alcohol.
wine. Give me your
Yeah.
best turkey.
Yes, best turkey wine. Exactly. That is the new the tagline of our show. I bought turkey
Give me
wine.
your best turkey line. Or
I bought
whatever.
some guy's wine. And yeah, like Rex Goliath or some shit, or Dawn something. Or maybe they just had a fucking Four Locos. I don't know. But
They
it was
just,
something
like-
fruity and it was something light.
They say they make their own shit, but they're just in their basement. They're like diluting Four Loko, and just selling that.
Exactly, it tasted pretty much like that. I drank it out of a plastic cup while everyone was watching Black Mirror and being really depressed when I got back from Memphis for Thanksgiving.
Fucking Four Loko. Kind of wish they still had the caffeine in them, low key, just so I could experience it.
Exactly. I think it's time we end this, Alex.
I think it is time we end this, Noah.
It's done. We'll be back next week prepare yourselves. Hopefully we'll be more prepared next time and we'll have some news stories for you. I'll be sure to read those.
Next week, we'll talk about such topics as furry Sonic controllers, philosophy.
That is way out of date, dude. We gotta talk about all the nude shit, like the founder of Blizzard being sued for sexual harassment or whatever is going on at this point in time.
We'll talk about what it's like to be a dog.
Yeah, these are all already coming out in like a week in advance, so we gotta plan beforehand to make sure we're still relevant somewhat.
I think we should definitely talk about what rights dogs should have, or like if dogs like on the document it says should dogs have rights, but I think we should talk about fucking like what rights they would have.
Yes, dog rights. That is our boogie to our pop. Or a pop to our boogie, depending on who you ask. And we will see you next time on the next episode of Cast Your Vote in the Comments. What we should name this. Homestuck.
Homestuck podcast.
Yes, this is going to become a Homestuck-oriented podcast in the near future, so look forward to that. And with that, this has been me, Dimetree / Blue Shark 1337420 ***, and you are.
This has been Dykish, aka Anal Dora, aka Unsuspecting Grandma.
I remember the Anal Dora and the Anal Grandma. I thought that was the funniest shit.
I did too. I had to change it because the servers I were playing on were like, that's insensitive. And like,
that's insensitive to grandmas of ours that have been anally violated.
Literally, I was like, what is insensitive about anal grandma? That's literally just a comedy phrase.
Exactly.
But regardless, this has been Dimetree and Dykish or Dyko, whichever one you prefer.
Exactly. Neither, apparently, with SEO.
Yeah,
I'm going to type in, like, Dyko x Clover podcast on Google right now and see what it comes up with. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Adios.